Welcome back to YFC Kitchen. Tonight, Emily and I are going to teach you how to cook creamy pork chops and potatoes. For this recipe, we're going to need 4 pork chops, 5 potatoes, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, 2 cups of water, 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 package of onion soup mix, 1/2 of a teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 onion sliced, and either 1 tablespoon of beef broth or 1 bouillon cube. So to start this recipe, we're actually going to start with our potatoes. We're going to make sure that they are washed and clean first, and then we're going to peel them and slice them. So to start with the peeling, you can use either a small paring knife like Emily has, or a potato peeler. So to start, we're actually going to look for any eyes or dark brown spots on our potato. And you want to make sure that you cut those off completely before you even start peeling them. Once you've removed all of the eyes and any bad spots, we're now going to peel our potatoes. To do that, you can use a potato peeler or a paring knife. We're going to start with the potato peeler. And all we want to do is just get as much of the skin off as we can. You can also leave the skin on for this part if you'd like. It just changes the flavor and the texture a little. It just depends on personal preference if you want to leave the skin on. If you don't have a potato peeler, a knife will work just fine to do this part as well. Once you're done peeling your potatoes, you're going to move all the skins aside either to the garbage, or if you compost, you can move them into your compost bin. Once that's done, we're going to thinly slice our potatoes. And we're going to put those either into a bowl or we're going to pull out a new cutting board, because now we need to peel the hard skin off the onion and slice our onion. So now you're going to thinly slice the onion as well, kind of like this way you did with your potatoes. And you want to try and keep it the same thickness as the potatoes. Once that's done, you can just leave your onion on the cutting board for now, and we're going to take a 9 by 13 inch baking pan, and we're going to grease it. We're going to use just a little bit of oil. We're going to pour a little bit of that into the pan, and we're just going to move it around. You can either tilt your pan and shake your pan around, or you can use your fingers or a piece of paper towel, whatever works easiest for you. You just want to make sure that that oil is spread all the way around your pan so that nothing sticks inside of it when we put it in the oven. Once that pan is greased, you're going to layer your potatoes and your onions inside of the pan. And we're just going to set that pan aside for now because we just need to go and cook our pork chops quickly. So now we're going to turn our oven on to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. On the stovetop, we're going to turn the stove to medium high, and we're going to put a pan with a little bit of vegetable oil in it. Once the oil is in your pan, you're going to take the pork chops and we're going to put them in the pan, and you're going to cook them until they're lightly brown on both sides. Once you're done browning your pork chops, you're going to turn off the heat on the stove, and you're going to take all of the pork chops and just place them on top of your pan of potatoes and onions. We're going to set the pan of pork chops and vegetables aside, and we're going to mix our sauce to put on top of it. In a bowl, we now need to mix the canned soup, the evaporated milk, the water, the onion soup mix, the bouillon cube, and the half a teaspoon of pepper and half a teaspoon of salt. Once you have that all in the bowl, you're just going to mix it until it is well combined. For this part, you might actually need to switch to a whisk to combine everything thoroughly instead of a spatula or a spoon. If you don't have a whisk, a fork will also work. Once that is well combined, you're going to pour that over your pork chops and potatoes. You're going to cover your pan with foil. And we're going to place it in the oven at 325 degrees. And we're going to bake it for an hour. With half an hour left, you'll have to take out the pan and take the foil off and bake it for that last half an hour so that the pork chops will brown on top. This recipe should feed about 4 people. If you have more people in your family, just follow any directions we give you. If you need any help, feel free to reach out, text or call us or email, and we will help you with any struggles that you may have. That's how you cook pork chops with potatoes and onions.